Welcome to Jasper High School. Tonight, the Jasper Wildcats on a Saturday night take on the Corydon Central Panthers. The Wildcats, with their win over Boonville last night, now 3-2 on the season against Corydon Central, standing at 4-1. Hello, everybody. I'm Craig Schneider, along with Jason Stamm and Jeremy Marcos on the video. And quick recap of last night: the Wildcats winning 62-50 over Boonville. Tight ball game through three quarters, tied at halftime at 24-24. Cats led 40-39 after the third quarter, but pulled away in the fourth quarter, outscoring Boonville 22-11 and winning that game 62-50. Mooney led the Wildcats with 19. Grant Young had 14. Jason, just kind of give me a quick recap of what you saw in that ball game.
Well, you know, I thought early on Boonville come out shooting the ball extremely well. You know, they not only shot it well, but we didn't put defensive pressure on them. You know, and I think the coaching staff made a couple of adjustments and changes throughout the course of the game that we started getting guys on the shooters and were contesting their shots a little bit better.
Right.
They didn't hit them quite as well, and that gave us the opportunity there in the fourth quarter to pull away. And like you said, it was a tight ball game for three quarters. Good ball game. It was a good ball game overall. And I thought, you know, in the fourth quarter we came and we played a little bit like we did at Memorial in the fourth quarter. We played with our tail was on fire and had a little enthusiasm. And Boonville's shooting slacked off a little bit. So all those things played into it.
Got it. All right, well, we're taking on a Corydon Central team. It started out 4-0 on the season, but last night were knocked off by Scottsburg. And a couple of their games were pretty high-scoring games. They beat Madison 74-71 in an overtime game. And then Evansville Memorial, they knocked them off 76-63. It was just right after the Wildcats played Memorial down in Evansville. But, you know, last night against Scottsburg, you know, they really held them in check, losing that game 68-45. So I think it's a situation, they've got the scoreability, they've got the ability to put a lot of points on the board, but if you put hardcore defense on them, I think you can slow this team down.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I think, you know, and that's one thing to Jasper's credit. You know, we've always been known to play good defense.
Right.
You know, so a lot of teams, you know, they come in to the game against us not knowing that. You know, they see it on film, but they don't realize what it's like till you get out there on the court.
Right.
So tonight that's going to be very imperative that we get after it on defense, make every shot contested, make them work very hard to get the basket or the ball in the basket.
All right, and their leading scorer is actually number 55. That's our check-in. I think he may be out. Anthony Martin, check that. I was thinking it was Austin Vaughn, number 55, but their leading scorer for their first four games was Martin, and Anthony Martin, he's number 11, but he is not starting tonight, so I wonder if they maybe lost him last night or something. But yeah, we'll take a look here as far as the Wildcats. Same starting lineup that we've been seeing with Carter Moondy, Grant Young, Charlie Cabrick, Will Wallace, and also down low is Cameron Howard as the Cats get into their offense here. Wallace with it, drives, kicks to the corner. Now back up top as Grant Young gets with a little teardrop, a little short. Good rebound there by Howard to get it back out to Cabrick. He'll drive, he'll be short. And Corydon Central comes away with the basketball. 3 is Tyler Fessel, 5 is Jalen Fowler, 10 is Trey Wiley, and 44 is T-Mac Wilkinson. And Austin Vaughn is number 55. So I would think you lose a 20-point score, that may have had an effect on that basketball game last night.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I was talking to Coach Albrand a little bit before the game, and we were telling. I said, "Who's their best player?" And he said number 11, Anthony Martin. Didn't make any indication of what that he wasn't going to be starting tonight.
Sure.
He said Gordon basically is going to they'll run a 4 out, as you see. They got 4 guys out beyond the 3-point line and 1 inside. And he said their guards they have pretty good guard play in number 10, 3, and 5 that's in there now. So he said that's kind of what to watch.
Yeah, actually, Fessel was their second leading scorer at 15 points a ball game. And right there is Fowler. He averages 10. But there's Fessel there, pulls up from the elbow, short there. So neither team able to score in their first possession here with 6:41 on the clock. Cats looking for the first deuce or 3. There's a drive by Moondy, and ball gets knocked away there by number 44, Wilkinson. So
it'll be a little bit different tonight, too. You know, both teams are early in the season, you know, playing back-to-back nights. You know, Corydon was at home last night and on the road tonight. Jasper had the luxury of being at home both nights. So you'll see how the kids can respond to back-to-back nights.
Well, Wallace with an NBA drive to the basket there. I think he got away with an extra step, but Cats get 2 points on the board.
We like to see that early in the game, taking the ball to the basket, not settling for the outside shot.
So of course, Cats with the tight man-to-man, with a little help defense there in the lane. Now they kick it to the corner there. Wiley brings it up top. Try to feed it into their big man, Austin Vaughn, who stands at 6'4" down there, but the ball gets knocked away. Now there's starters out there. They got 3 seniors and 2 sophomores. Trey Wiley, number 10, is a sophomore, and also Wilkinson, number 44. Quick inbound. Cats weren't ready for it.
No.
And the shot drops. So first points for Corydon Central is by Fessel, a 3-pointer, and they lead 3-2. So that ball got knocked away, and they said it went back off the Wildcats there.
I think they knocked it away, and it bounced off of Grant's head and out of bounds.
All right, so Corydon Central, coached by Joseph Hinton, 39-36 in his 4th year at the school. And of course, John Gable in his 16th year at Jasper High School. Feed to the corner, now brought back out. So Wiley now he challenges with a drive against Mundi and battle for the rebound, and Wiley wins that battle, and that's going to be a foul actually going after the basketball, and whistle for it is going to be the first one on Carter Mundi.
I thought that time Corydon got by with an over the back on the rebound, but we didn't get the call on it.
So Fowler tries to work a screen there set by Vaughn. Now he gives it up. Fessel in the corner.
Vaughn can set a pretty good screen. He's a pretty big boy.
No doubt. There's a good backdoor play, but the Cats pick it up, but then driving to the basket, set up nicely for Vaughn to get 2 points on that play.
We got to do a better job of that, because last night we got burned on backdoor cuts numerous times, probably a half dozen times. Boonville fortunately didn't convert on most of them, but there they did.
Jasper trails 5-2 with the basketball now. 4:40 on the clock here. First quarter action. Mundi launches a 3 and drills it. So 5-2, Jasper ties it up there with the 3. Drive here by Fessel, and he gives it up top of the key. Austin thought about it, but no dice. Now, Wiley tries to get something going here. Touch here by Wilkinson, he dribbles. Ball gets knocked away, and it's actually going to go out of bounds, so Corydon Central will hang on to the basketball here. Wholesale changes for the Wildcats as Noblet checks in. We got Griffin Heil for the first time, and also Giesler. So there's a drive to the lane, double coverage, and Heil's going to pick up the foul.
We did a good job of stopping the penetration, and that was just one of those that the guy kind of got off balance, kind of fell into Griff, and Griff didn't really do a lot, but he just happened to be there. So
that'll be 2 foul shots by Tyler Fessel. Pops the first, so he's got 4 points early on in this basketball game. We played halfway through, 6-5. Corydon Central with the early lead. And 2 for 2. Cats facing a little pressure here. And tells him to back off, so he's going to slowly bring it across here with 3:46 to go in the first quarter. Cats trailing by 2. Get it down to Heil on the block. He kicks it back out. There's a 3-point shot, but it does not go. Grant's in a little trouble. Now he gives it up to Noblet here. They trying to feed it inside and picked off there by Fessel.
It's a good idea. It was just about a split second too late.
Yeah.
He was open and didn't get it to him.
So a very tight window trying to feed down there in the post. Fessel gives it up. Fowler now back over to Wilkinson. There's going to be a three-point shot. That's off the mark, and it's going to go off Noblett's hands, so Corydon will hang on to the basketball. As Corydon Central team, they play in the Mid-Southern Conference that includes Brownstown, Silver Creek, Scottsburg, Eastern, Salem, Austin, Charlestown, and North Harrison. Currently, Brownstown Central leads that conference with a 3-0 record. 2:39 on the clock. Panthers hanging on to the basketball with a 2-point lead. This is a drive by Wiley. He picks up his dribble in a little bit of trouble. Now gives it up to Fowler. A move there, and there's Noblett's going to tie it up quickly, and so that will be Jasper basketball. No, check that. Okay, Corydon Central.
The one official pointed one way and the one the other way.
Okay.
Corydon's going to take a timeout. 30.
All right, we'll take a quick one too. So Jasper trailing 7-5, 2:15 to go here in the first on 18 WJTS. All right, after the quick timeout, Corydon will inbound. Still have not made any substitutions, so their starting five remains out there. Right now, Wilkinson with the ball in his hands. Now gives it up to Austin Vaughn. He tries to battle one-on-one against Griffin Heil. Three-point shot, and that's going in for Wilkinson. So they've hit 2 3-pointers so far, and they lead 10-5 over Jasper.
They like to play that inside. You know, they throw the ball inside to the big guy, and we kind of double team down on him, and that we're going to have to – that's kind of what we did last night. We got to do a better job of getting back to the shooter.
Yeah. All right, so Grant Young on the wing. Giesler gets it over to Young. Now Young steps away, shot up, so a nice mid-range pop there for him.
Grant's been shooting the ball extremely well this year so far.
In double figures last night with 14. Panthers lead the Wildcats 10-7 with 1:21 on the clock as they continue through their drive, and there's a nice teardrop high arching shot by Fessel. He's got a nice quarter going for him. That's 9. But there's a quick bucket down there by Giesler.
It was a nice pass by Grant Young. Saw Giesler wide open and made a nice bounce pass to him.
Check at Fessel actually with 7 points, but still good start for him. He averages 15 points a ball game. Again, they are without Martin, who averages 20, so this team's working without their primary scorer, but they're doing a good job so far as Vaughn gets his second bucket there, and now it's a 14-9 lead. Half a minute to go here. There's Mundy. He's going to launch one. Doesn't go. Good rebound, though, by Giesler to get it back out there to Nobbit. He sets his feet. Comes short on that three-point shot. And Vaughn comes down with the board. So here comes Fessel quickly. 10 seconds. They have to do something quick. They're down to 7. Sets a screen. Drive. And Cats block it. 1 second. Half-court shot on the way. And Mundy is short. So Panthers jump out on the Wildcats 14-9 after 1 here on 18 WJTS. So the Wildcats got the tip to start the basketball game. We had one held ball there in that first quarter, so Cats will start the second quarter with the ball in their hands, trailing by 5. Try to kick in there, and the ball gets knocked away, retrieved there by Mundy. Now, but work around. There's a screen set. Now it's a switch. So Vaughn now guarding Mundy. So Lane now Noblet with it. And there's a steal. So Fessel looking for another bucket, and he's got it. So he's got 9 points to lead all scorers. Makes it a 16-9 game.
That's just a careless pass on the offensive end for Jasper.
They made one change to their lineup. Number 33, Hunter Schmidt, is in the ball game for Corydon. There's an open look. Shot on the way and popped right there. So Cabrick with a three-pointer. First three for Charlie makes it a 16-12 game, 1 minute into the second quarter here. Try a very good job by Mooney to break up that play. Now a three-pointer by the big guy. Vaughn doesn't go. Caber, quick pass into Wallace. Nalba drives to the lane, stops at the free throw line. Now Wallace tries to get there, and that's going to be a bump call on Schmidt, number 33. Yeah, foul situation right now, 3 on the Wildcats. I believe that's is that the second team foul? First team foul.
So I don't know. They only got one up there, so I guess it was the first one.
Well, I think there
was
one called on Vaughn earlier, but three-pointer on the way for Grant doesn't go. So Corydon with the basketball still up. 4-point lead right now over the Wildcats. Fessel feeling it, misses that. Good rebound there by Vaughn to put it up and in.
Coach Albrand told me about him, you know, when we were talking before the game. He said that the Vaughn kid, he said he's a big kid. He doesn't, not to be disrespectful, but he said he just doesn't look like a ball player.
Yeah.
But he said he gets stuff done out there.
Oh, yeah, no question. He can launch a three-pointer, but Mooney pops a baseline jumper that goes, and he draws the foul, so makes it an 18-14 game right now. So he's got 5, looking to make it 6 here and cutting it to a 3-point game. So foul shot is good. So 18-15 with 5:53 on the clock here, first half. Vaughn, very active out there. Good movement. Tries to work the baseline there, and the ball gets knocked away. So Jasper, I think will make a steal on that pass there, but Panthers will inbound. Fowler trying to work off Vaughn's screen there, and he gets tripped up. No call. Fessel comes up with it. He drives. He is double teamed, and then he backs off, and luckily the Wildcats didn't give up a bucket there, Jason.
Yeah, that was very fortunate there.
Well, the Cats are able to work the break nicely there as Grant Young finds Wallace underneath for 2. So this makes it a 1-point game now.
Took advantage of Corydon not getting back on defense that time. We just basically beat them down the floor.
Fowler spins his way, and there's some contact, and they're going to say that shot counts. So he was able to split the defenders there, but a little scoop shot up and in.
He does a good job on the penetration, and until there, you know, we have done a pretty good job of stopping it. That was just kind of a lucky shot there. He kind of threw it up after he got fouled and it went in.
All right, so Griffin's going to check in. That's going to sit down Cameron Howard. So Fowler trying to make it a 3-point play, and so they're perfect from the line so far, 3 for 3. And get that lead back up to 4, 21-17. Wallace takes advantage of his size, but they're going to call actually a foul before the shot.
Yeah, on the floor. Yeah, we've got a big time mismatch in there with Wallace, with the guy that's guarding him. I don't know if they did it on a switch or if that's the way it. Yeah, they switched there.
And actually now Vaughn picked him up. And we got a hold down low. I think this is going to go on Wilkinson, number 44.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
All right, so foul starting to pick up a little bit here. And that is the 4th team foul on the Panthers. Jasper has 4. 4.5 to go here in the second quarter as Griffin gets it. Griffin powers his way, but double team forces him to get it out to the corner. Cabrick gets, nope, I was going to say he got away with the travel, but he did not. All right, so a turnover for the Wildcats. They're not able to cut into this 4-point lead for Corydon with 4:25 to go. 21-17 is our score. So Trey Wiley with the basketball brings it up slowly. Grant Young on Fowler there. Gets to the lane. Feeds it there by Wiley. He's going to bring it back out. Inside of 4 minutes now. 21-17. Jasper trails. Fessel will back up. Cabrick on him.
Corydon's very patient on offense. I mean, you know, for as many points as they've been scoring, it's kind of a surprise.
That's a quick shot up and in there by Fowler, so he's got a nice quarter with 5. 6-point lead now for the Panthers. And short on that 3-point shot is Grant Young. I think he thought he was in rhythm, but I don't think he had a good handle of the basketball when he let that go.
Nah, it was a little quick. Heil, I believe, is going to pick that foul up.
All right, so Corydon's done this with only 5 players. Their starters are out there right now. They had Hunter Schmidt in for a little bit while the Wildcats continue to work their bench in and out. So on the floor right now is Grant Young. Noblett's back in the ball game. Gieser's in there with Griffin Heil and also Cabrick. Fowler, he's a penetrator, but he travels this time. Real quick for his own 2 feet there, so Jasper's got an opportunity here to cut in this lead. Trailed for the most part. They cut it to 1 at one point, 18-17, but since then, not been able to score. We're inside of 3 now.
We've got another mismatch if we can take advantage of it.
Oh, I see that, yeah.
Heil needs to.
Oh, there's a 3-point shot. Does not go again for the Wildcats. That was Cabrick launching that one.
A lot of times when these teams do, you know, they switch instead of trying to fight through these screens, and you end up with mismatches. I mean, you can just sit here and see them all day.
Well, the main thing is to find those mismatches and get the hands in the right.
That's exactly right. I mean, it's not only the guy with the ball, but a lot of times it's the guy in the post area.
There's a cross court to Wilkinson, and he, boy, in and out. It looked like it was down.
Yeah, it did.
Cats try to get up quickly. Here's Naba giving it back up. Grant Young can't get the teardrop to drop. And Corydon with the basketball, so here comes Fessel. Held him to only 2 points so far in the quarter. But Fowler's been the guy, and he launches a 3. In and out there. Ooh, almost a steal there.
That was, we were lucky to get away from.
Well, not that time. So Fowler stayed after it, knocked it away. Now Fessel's got it. Minute 46 to go here in the second quarter. 6-point lead. And shot does not go. Vaughn thought he got hammered there. No call.
There was quite a bit of contact,
right.
But you got to play through that sometimes.
Gieser with a 3. Can't get that to go. Griffin tries to keep it alive, and he does as Grant Young has it. There's the mismatch. They get it into Griffin, but now he kind of gets his handle on it, puts it up and in. So now he lost the handle there, was able to get one dribble down and put the shot up and in. So he's got a 3-point opportunity here. 23-19 is our score. All right, so Cats sub Moondy in for Grant Young.
Schmidt came back in for Corydon.
Okay.
Give Vaughn a little break, I think.
All right, so a smaller lineup for Corydon right now. Heil cannot convert. All right, so with a minute 15, we'll see if Corydon stays aggressive. Fowler, if he's got the ball in his hands, I know he's going to do it, but Fessel's the same way. And he loses the handle. Cats come up with it. A big opportunity here, and there's breaking away. He misses the layup, but good job there by Moondy to clean up the garbage. Moondy with a nice half going here. 8 points for him to lead the Wildcats with 49 seconds. It's a 2-point game, 23-21. Jasper still trails.
It's a big stop here.
Cats pick up the defensive pressure here. Fowler gives it up to Schmidt. Now Fessel up top with 34 seconds. But Fessel and Fowler love to play a little one-on-one here. Wiley back over to Fessel. He got a little contact, no call there. You're down to 15 seconds. All right, so Corydon right here. Fessel, little jump stop, and he draws the contact on the shot there, so that's going to go on Griffin for 2 free throws. So 23-21, Panthers lead. Going to the line is Fessel, who's been perfect so far, 2 for 2.
Actually, Cabrick picked that foul up.
Oh, Cabrick did?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think they could have called it on either one.
All right, so the foul shot is good to make it a 3-point game, 24-21. Second foul on Cabrick, so he's going to sit down for the final 4.8. Fessel already in double figures tonight with 10 as Vaughn checks in. Schmidt sits. So again, only going 6 deep for this Panthers team so far tonight. Fessel perfect. All right, here's Grant. He's got a good opportunity to score here. Oh, he lost the handle. Somebody got or I think Fessel got his hand on that basketball and kind of forced that double pump shot there. All right, so 25-21 still in this basketball game. You know, the thing is, you just look at as far as Corydon Central, if you can get control over their 2 ball handlers with Fowler and Fessel, I think that can disrupt what they do.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, they're very guard oriented. Mm-hmm. You know, they like to dribble around and penetrate. They like to make things happen in through their offense. Their offense doesn't really. It's not a real, and that 4-out offense a lot of times is that way. It's not a structured offense.
Right,
you don't have something that you're supposed to do all the time.
Yeah.
It's kind of a freelance thing, and those guys do a pretty good job of trying to create things, get shots for other guys.
And as far as the Wildcats, Carter Moondy with 8 points to lead the Wildcats, but where do you see more offense coming from the Cats?
Well, I think, you know, to me in the first half we haven't done a real good job of getting shots out of our set offense. Mm-hmm. You know, we've got 21 points. We've got some of them on transition baskets, out of bounds plays, but it just doesn't seem like our offense is in the flow of where it needs to be yet.
Right. All right, so we'll take a break here. 25-21, Jasper trails here at halftime against the Corydon Central Panthers here on 18 WJTS. Here at Jasper High School as we get set to start the second half. Jasper trailing 25-21. Jason Stom, Craig Schneider, Jeremy Marcos bringing you the action tonight. And taking a look at scoring, double-figure score for Tyler Fessel with 11 points, Jalen Fowler with 5, 3 points for T-Mac Wilkinson, number 44, and Austin Vaughn with 6 points. So just 3 players have scored for Corydon. For the Wildcats, we've had 4 players score. Now check out 5 players scored, led by Carter Moondy. 2 points for Grant Young. Cabrick with 3. Cameron Howard with 2. And off the bench, Braden Gieser with a deuce. And 2 points for Griffin Heil. So Corydon will start with the basketball, leading by 4.
Looks like both teams have their starting lineups back on the floor.
Vaughn, he did launch a 3-pointer once at the top of the key, but actually that's a double dribble, yes. I guess it was.
I didn't see it, but we'll go with it.
Maybe he had just an initial dribble when he got the ball there, but Jasper, one of their first possession, trailing by 4 here, 25-21, just underway here in the third quarter.
I had us unofficially for 5 turnovers in the first half.
Yeah.
We need to do a little bit better job of that.
Grant Young's trying.
So we've got that mismatch again.
Yeah.
Howard, the number 10's guarding him, and we got to get him the ball.
Well, Moondy pops that one for his 10th point of the ball game, so makes it a 2-point game. So the Cats can just kind of keep things close here and maybe make that fourth quarter run like they did last night, pull this game away, but long way from that here as we're early in the third quarter, and there's a drive there. It doesn't go. Vaughn gets the rebound but can't get it back up. Cats on the break here. Nice feed over there to Grant Young, but he's short on it, and the foul's not there by Howard. Wallace gets up with it, and he gets the bucket now. So 3 or 4 attempts there. Cats finally tie the ball game at 25. Will Wallace with 4 now. I'm sorry, 6. Fessel will drive. He's cut off. Feed there by Wilkinson. He finds an opening, puts it up and in.
It's a nice job of cutting to the basket. You know, you got your ball handlers in trouble with the ball, and he did a good job of moving, so he had somebody to throw it to. So here's another mismatch. You know, they made that switch. This guy, Vaughn, can't guard Mundy, nor can number 5 guard Howard.
Well, Mundy's going to be short on that shot.
But see, to me, I would want to take advantage of the little guy trying to guard Howard underneath.
And we've not been able to take advantage of those. And we've seen it a number of times, especially when you make that switch, because they really just have 2 bigger players, both of them listed at 6'4". Vaughn, one of them, as he takes a tumble there. He gets fouled on the shot. So yeah, that's going to happen, you know, especially down there low.
Yeah,
and get those switches.
You know, as an offensive team, you want to take advantage of that to eliminate them being able to make that switch. Missed the first one, so maybe we'll come out of this all right anyways.
That's our first miss of the night. They were 5 for 5 in the first half. And 1 for 2. So Vaughn's got 7 points for Corydon Central.
They're picking up in a full court press.
Wilkinson forces Cabrick to bring it back up. Now through the lane there is Wallace as he gives it up to Mundy. Mundy can't get the shot to go. Battle. And Mundy winds up with it. 3-pointer on the way, long. Good rebound there by Howard. He tries to put it back up. Does not go. Cats cannot get that shot to drop, but they hang on to the basketball. For Howard this time. Beautiful feed by Cabrick.
We did a good job there on the offensive glass of staying active and going after the ball. You know, we just had a couple good shots that didn't go in.
So 1-point game. 28-27. Jasper still trails. Wilkinson drives, can't get it to go. Good defense there by Wallace.
Yeah, that was a tough shot. Wallace forced him into taking a really tough shot.
Beautiful feed there. Good job there by Mundy to draw the defense. Drops it over to Howard. Howard gets fouled, but he'll shoot 2.
You may see here in the second half that, you know, Corydon may get tired. You know, you've made mention a couple times they've only played 6 guys, and the one hasn't played much.
Yeah.
You know, and they did play last night. So I mean, as the game progresses, you know, they're gonna wear down some.
Right. All right, good job there by Cameron to hit both free throws. Jasper with the lead, 29-28. It's our first lead since 2-0.
I was going to say it's been a long time since we've had the lead.
Wiley brings it out, gives it up to Fessel.
Wiley doesn't even look to shoot.
No. Fessel gives it up to Vaughn. Vaughn with a nice strong move and gets the roll.
It's a nice move for a big guy, you know, to be able to get the corner turned and get going to the basket.
A nice little spin touch there. Makes it 30-29. Mundy drives. He gets hammered. So Vaughn's going to pick up that foul. So halfway through the third quarter with 3:53 on the clock, they're going to say it was not a shooting foul, apparently.
Well, I don't know how that can be. I guess not.
All right, so Cameron and Wallace sit down. Noblett's in the ball game along with Giesler. Feed into Griffin Heil. Little give and go, and Griffin can't handle the basketball. Vaughn retrieves it. Here comes Fessel now for the Panthers. Oh, he missed Wilkinson wide open underneath.
Yeah, he did.
All right, so Corydon Central's going to call a timeout here. Their lead is just one, 30-29 with 3:35 to go here in the third here on 18 WJTS. All right, so Wilkins is going to inbound here for Corydon Central. Double team there. Vaughn's able to hang on to it as he gets it down low into Wilkinson. Double team there and a block by Heil, but they're able to hang on to the basketball. Now here's a battle, and the ball is going to roll out of bounds, and off who? They're going to say off Corydon Central. Yeah, and over there, Joseph Hinton putting his hand in his face.
That was a train wreck there. Yeah. I'm not sure what.
Yeah. All right, so Jasper with the basketball. They trail by one, 30-29, 3:16 on the clock here in the third quarter. Three-point shot in by Cabrick. So Cabrick's hit 2 of those tonight. He's got 6, and Wildcats now lead by 2, 32-30 with 3 minutes to go. Third quarter. Nobbit on Wiley. A height mismatch there. Schmidt's back in the ball game for Corydon Central. Again, the only sub they've used all night. All right, so there's a battle for the basketball, but Fessel hangs on to it. They back off, and then gets picked up by Heil. I'm sorry, by Nobbit. Two and a half to go in the quarter. Fessel sets up. He's short on that 3. Cats come up with the board this time. So Nobbit will bring it across quickly over here to Cabrick. Grant Young's got a lane there. Too high off the glass there. It's probably a little too far away to try that teardrop, I think.
And it was a little bit too quick into the offense.
Yeah.
I think Coach Gable would have liked to seen him take a little more time.
Fessel outboards Cabrick on that rebound. Then there's a scrum on the floor. Battle, see who comes up with it. Still alive. And Corydon Central will get an easy bucket with Fessel the other way.
And
a foul on top of it. So Gieser was a little late there getting to him, and he'll pick up the personal.
Corydon's got a new player coming in, Titus Wolf.
Titus Wolf, number 21.
Sophomore.
Yep.
Jalen Fowler, it's good to see he's back in. He was limping around a while ago like he was hurt.
It's the first free throw missed by Fessel tonight.
There's a foul on 33, I believe.
All right, so Schmidt picks up that personal. Tie ball game, 32-32 with 1:46 to go here in the third quarter. Cats so far in the quarter have outscored them 11-7. Tie this ball game, trailed by 4 at halftime. Pull-up jumper there is dropped by Mundi. So again, if he gets that quick step on a guy, he can drop that shot anytime he wants. So he's got 12 of the Wildcats 34. Cats with a 2-point lead. 3-point on the way, not even close there for Fowler. Oh, and he tries to feed over there, and good job there by Gieser to get to the spot.
We got lucky there.
Yeah.
Bad pass, and we were able to corral it.
There's an easy one for Nobbit. Puts it up and in with the left hand. First 2 points for Andrew. Biggest lead for the Wildcats. 4-point lead, 36-32. So they've really picked things up here in this third quarter. 3-point shot finds its way for Wilkinson. So with 39 seconds, it's a 1-point game. Jasper leads, and there's going to be a quick foul by Schmidt. So Vaughn will check back in for Corydon Central. All right, so that was a quick breather. Wolf will check out. Nice feed into Griffin. Good job there. Good eyes there by Carter Mundy. 4 points for Heil. So Jasper with a 3-point lead with 22 seconds as Corydon's going to hold it for one. Fessel one-on-one against Cabrick. All right, so he comes off a screen. He's going to launch a three, and he pops it right at the buzzer. So I was just going to say Wildcats have held Fessel under control for the most part, but no, he pops a big one there to tie the game at the end of three. 38-38 as we go into the fourth quarter here on 18 WJTS. All right, so no hell ball there in the third quarter, so Jasper will start it with basketball in their hands here in the fourth quarter. Tie basketball game. Well, we were tied last night, Jason. Going into the fourth, see if the Cats can pull away like they did.
Hopefully we can have the same outcome that we had the other night, last night.
Cameron Howard, a huge rebound there. Wallace comes up with another one, and he puts it up and in. That's a good start.
Yeah, we've done a really good job on the offensive boards, you know, getting second shots, second chances.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to call Howard for a foul there. I guess it's reach around. He might have had a grab on him.
He was a little bit too far behind him to try to deny that pass.
Yeah.
Couldn't get around him.
Third foul on Cameron. Third foul, team foul on the Wildcats. 4 on Corydon. 2-point game. You know, and that's the thing. We'll see if fatigue comes into play here for Corydon. Again, just going really 6 deep for the most part. They did bring Wolf in for maybe about a minute or so earlier in the third quarter, and there's going to be another foul.
Yeah, that's just a dumb foul there. I mean, the guy, you know, Vaughn missed the shot, and then he compounded that by making a silly foul.
Yeah.
I mean, you're completely on the other end of the floor. You know, they got the rebound, let them have it. But that's high school basketball players make that mistake quite often.
Yeah. He's played a pretty physical basketball game, but it's only second foul whistled on him tonight. Wallace tries to take advantage of his size, but the ball gets knocked away by Wilkinson. He's going to run it the other way. And a nice up and in, feeding it to Fowler there. So Fowler gets the shot in, and he'll get a free throw.
Didn't see much foul, but we're as far away from that as what we can be. But
yep.
It didn't look like Mundy did too, or I don't even, they didn't call it on Mundy?
Yep, Mundy's second personal foul there.
Didn't look like he did too much to commit a foul, but.
All right, so Fowler pops that free throw, so he's got 8 points. And Corydon with a 1-point lead, 41-40. Mundy is going to launch the three, way short though. Fessel gets to the lane, loses the handle, and they're going to call him for a travel. That's the right call.
Yeah, he kind of lost control of the ball and then tried to shoot it.
And he whines a little bit about the play. Now the Cats quickly get down the floor. Feed down into Howard. Howard gets a quick shot up and draws the contact. I think it's maybe on Fessel. Yeah, and Fessel popped off to the official. I'm telling you, that's the second time, so he got a warning there, I think. So that's the first foul on Fessel tonight. 6th foul on the Panthers, so the Cats are going to be going to the free throw line with 6:18 to go. Cameron, who was 2 for 2 last time, misses the first. Looking to tie here, and he does. So 5 points for Cameron Howard tonight, and we are locked at 41. Fowler with a nice drive, up and in. He's getting aggressive here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, he's pretty quick. He can cause a little havoc out there with some of that.
Cabrick actually get the ball knocked away, and it finally does go out of bounds, so Jasper will hang on to it there. All right, so the Panthers with a 2-point lead, 43-41. Inbound goes into Wallace. Grant Grant Young will back it up to set up an offense here, but Mooney's left alone.
Corydon switches every time they get a guy that goes from the low post to the high post.
Yeah.
And
look at Cameron Howard. He's having a ball game. Caber kind of slopped that one up.
yeah, that wasn't a real wise shot.
So Panthers with the basketball and a 2-point lead, so I think you're going to be a little more patient on this possession. Wilkinson, though, he launches a quick one. Forget that. Oh, man, he got an easy rebound there, but lost the handle. All right, so Noblett's going to check in for Cabrick.
Those are mistakes you can't have in a close ball game like this, in the fourth quarter especially.
Yeah. All right, so Griffin's going to check in. So Cameron Howard's going to sit down. So I'm busting his tail here in this fourth quarter so far. All right, we played 3 minutes of the fourth. Corydon works their offense with a 2-point lead. So Fowler in no hurry this time. Feed into the corner. Wiley thought about it. Good recovery there defensively by the Wildcats. Forces him to drive a little bit. Fessel, look at that backdoor play.
Yeah. I don't think Wiley's shot the ball all night.
No.
I mean, not even a single shot. He doesn't.
Ooh, who they're going to call this on?
Wallace, I think.
I thought he had a nice pop of that basketball, but yeah, they do. All right, so 43-41. Jasper trailing by 2 here with 4:25 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Oh, man, down on the floor is not. Oh, look at that. That's got to be an offensive foul. Yes, sir. Oh, absolutely it was. He's complaining to his coach, but now he had a lock on the defender there.
Yeah, and we're in the bonus now, so. It's funny how, the game of basketball comes down to the fourth quarter, and it's the same thing all the time. Take care of the basketball, no turnovers, and you got to hit your free throws.
No doubt about it. In this case, Cats have got to hit it to get back into it because they're trailing by 2, and he misses the first one there.
That's what you can't, that hurts because that's an empty trip.
Right. Cats so far just 1 of 3 from the foul line. So we're starting to see a little bit of battle down low between Vaughn going after Griffin Heil or anybody else is in his path there.
Yeah.
I'd say he's probably an offensive lineman for their football team too. So is
If
Griffin
not,
Heil,
he should
though.
be. Now they called an offensive foul on Corydon.
Was that a screen?
I guess. 5.
Yeah, they actually call it a Fowler there. But yeah, I mean, Griffin Heil, who's an outstanding offensive lineman for the Wildcats. So yeah, this is almost a football battle between the two 55s out there. All right, so Jasper looking to tie or take a lead. 3:36 on the clock. Nobbit picked up quickly, or tightly there by Fessel, but the ball gets knocked away. Wiley on Grant Young. Shot fake there.
So they got the mismatch again with Wallace and 5 in there.
Grant's going to jump on from about 17 feet and hit it.
He come off that screen. There wasn't nobody there to guard him, and he thought, well, I guess I'll shoot it. I'm wide open.
Absolutely. So ties the ball game at 43 with 3 minutes to go. So we're down to the wire. Wiley gives it up to Fowler here. 2:52 on the clock.
Who's going to take care of the ball the best, and who's going to hit their free throws?
That's right. So Fessel gets the ball knocked away, and now they call a foul.
I think Noblet got him from behind, slapping at it.
All right, so that's now the 7th foul, I believe, on Jasper. Now they put it up quickly, so it's only 6.
Yeah. So many times you see officials, especially at the high school level, if somebody slaps down at the ball, they're going to call a foul.
Yeah, most of the time. Fessel with a quick move and a foul, so he's going to pick up a three-point opportunity here as he puts a shot up and in.
To me, that was a quick whistle. I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
I mean, he went by Griffin so fast that I don't think he had a chance to foul him.
It seems like it, yeah. Well, regardless, that's I actually haven't put the foul up there. Boy, he missed. That's 2 free throws in a row that he's missed, but they come up with a rebound. And so Wiley drives baseline there. Kicks it back out to Vaughn. Fessel with Grant Young guarding him. He's trying to set up a screen. Goes to his left side. Griffin helps. Leans into the shot and puts it up and in.
That's a tough shot. I mean, the defense, you can't fault the defense there. It wasn't bad.
All right, so the Wildcats are going to call a timeout here. So the Panthers lead the Wildcats 47-43 with 2:02 to go here on 18 WJTS. All right, so Coach John Gable's timeout. Jasper will have the basketball. 47-43, down by 4 inside of 2 minutes to go in this basketball game. Mundi short on a three-point shot, but good job by Wallace to get it back up and in. So that's a big bucket there for the Cats. Wallace now with 10.
Yeah, you knew they'd come out of a timeout with a set play to try to get Mundi a shot, and they did. He just didn't hit it, but we did a good job again on the offensive rebounding.
Yeah, it looks like Fessel's wanting to be really aggressive with the basketball. Oh, there's Vaughn got knocked down.
Yeah. That takes something to knock him down.
All right, so Fessel going against Grant Young here. Goes to his left. Good job by Wallace to disrupt that, and the Cats come up with the steal. Here comes Grant Young, and he loses the handle of the basketball. And now Mooney with the steal. Cabrick has it. Mundi drive to the basket, and he draws the contact and will shoot 2. All right, so we are inside of a minute, and Carter Mundi's going to step to the line to try to tie this basketball game at 47.
There were so many turnovers in that little 10-second possession there. I couldn't keep track of how many to mark down.
Yeah, the ball was bouncing around there like a pinball game. Yeah, good job there by Carter to hit the free throw. So he's now got 13 points to lead the Wildcats. One more will tie it at 47. And in and out. All right, so Corydon with the basketball with 55 seconds. 1 point lead.
We put good pressure on them. I'm not sure that they can hold the ball the whole time.
Well, they drive down there. Vaughn gets back out to Fowler. Now it goes right off the face of Cameron Howard. So Cats with the basketball. Cameron, aggressive move, does not go, but here comes Mooney with the putback. Cabrick, and now Cordy comes up with the basketball, but I think it went off the Wildcat. Oh my goodness.
It was hard to
yeah.
It was hard to tell who had hit last.
Well, it looked like it went off Mooney.
Yeah,
and he was laying down when he went out of bounds though.
Yeah.
It hit Fowler, it looked like, but I think in that situation, Jasper had possession of the basketball. We were just too quick to try to put that shot up because you basically like Cameron Howard did not have control and just kind of slopped it up there. Right. So kind of led to that melee there. But all right, 47-46, 26.5, Jason. Yeah, obviously we got a timeout to see what we're going to set up here. Corey calls the timeout, but again, Jasper's got to get it real aggressive to get this basketball back.
Yeah, I think you come out of the timeout. They may be switching defenses now. They may go to a full court press. They may go to a half court trap. They may go to something that's different than what Corydon has been used to seeing.
Yeah.
You don't have to foul right away. You know, you've got some time to try to come up with a steal. Clock gets down 10 seconds off to down to about 15, 16 seconds. If you haven't gotten the steal, then I think you have to look to foul.
Yeah, at that point.
You know, and I'm sure they know the scouting report, who's the worst free throw shooter, who they want to go after.
Sure.
But, you know, I think early we'll be aggressive on the defense and try to come up with a steal.
Yeah, they've not shot it very well in the second half, just 2 of 5 from the foul line for Corydon Central. All right, so Wilkinson gets the first touch here. Double team, and actually Wallace trying, but you know what? Wiley's not.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's not a bad foul right there because Wiley hasn't shot the ball all night. He's a sophomore.
Yeah.
He's at 1-and-1, so he has to hit the first one to get the second one. That's not a bad foul because if you get the steal, you get the ball, but you don't, you commit the foul, so what?
Yeah, I think the Cats wanted that double team on the inbound there, but he was able to get rid of it quickly there, so it's a good foul, you're right, with 22.4. Corydon Central with a 1-point lead, and Wiley hits a huge one right there. His first point of the ball game.
And again, we've got plenty of time. It's a 2-point game now. Either way, it's going to be a 1-possession game.
Yeah, and plenty of timeouts too, so you can.
Yeah.
Look good there.
Yeah, he stepped up and hit 2 crucial shots for a sophomore.
So it's still a 1-possession game here. Cats trailing 49-46. So we're going to go with a full timeout. We'll take one too. 49-46 when we come back with 19.6 here on 18 WJTS. Panthers 49, Wildcats 46, 19.6 on the clock. Jasper with the basketball. Here we go. Trying to get it to Carter Mundi. He's not able to break free, and now he throw it away. Now you really got a foul, but now here comes Wilkinson breaking away for an easy bucket, and that pretty well will seal it with 4 seconds. So we tried to get it into Carter Mundi there, but then he.
Well, they knew because it was the same play that we had run out of the last time out, so they overplayed that. But we had Wallace was open on the low post. We just didn't make a good entry pass to get the ball to him, and they came up with a steal.
Well, that was kind of a case there where it's like size-wise you had a mismatch, but just the quickness of Fowler actually led to that steal there.
That's what made that work for their part because he was quick enough to get around Wallace and get to the basketball.
Yeah, get to that spot. All right, well, 51-46. Jasper trails by 5 with 3.8 seconds. No chance for a miracle here, so it's basically going to be an inbound and finish up this ball game. All right, so baseball pass, quick shot there. Does not go, and that's a basketball game. So Corydon Central comes into Jasper and knocks off the Wildcats on their home court, 51-46. So, yeah, just one of those cases with this basketball game. We trailed for a good part of it, got back there in the fourth quarter and actually, just couldn't, whenever they kind of broke away. I mean, it was a tight ball game, obviously, but I don't know, just a couple of those possessions towards the end just weren't able to convert, and they did.
I think, it's a, like you said, it came down to the end. They were able to execute what they needed to do to get a shot and hit the shots. We came down here on the other end and weren't able to do that. Made some unforced turnovers or missed shots or whatever it was. I think from the standpoint of the basketball game, there was a lot more turnovers in the second half. So the second half was a very sloppily played game on both sides. I mean, I had Corydon for 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 turnovers in the second half. Jasper for like 6.
Yeah.
And on top of the 5 we had in the first half, that was 11. And a lot of them were down the stretch in the fourth quarter when it was crucial. You've got to be able to, again, it's a long season. You try to get better each game. So this is a game that, I think the coaching staff can take and say, okay, this was a 0-0 game going into the fourth quarter, and we got outscored by 5 points, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Come sectional time, obviously we can't do that, or your season's going to come to an end. So what did we do to get outscored by 5 in the fourth quarter? Was it turnovers? Was it missed shots? Was it not executing our offense? Did our defense not perform the way that it should have? So I think, from that standpoint, the coaches, have something to build off of for the tournament at the end of the season to say, here's what we did, to lose that game in the fourth quarter against Corydon. We've had some games where we've come back in the fourth quarter. Last night, for a perfect example.
Yeah.
Memorial. I know we lost at Memorial, but we still played a great fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And if you look at the season as a whole, we've had more games that we've played well in the fourth quarter than we haven't. But when you don't, this is a perfect example of what can happen.
Well, and I'll tell you what, though, I mean, a gutsy effort by Corydon Central. Again, you lose your leading scorer.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume either sometime last week or last night or something.
Yeah.
But, I would say maybe during the week because, again, looking at the margin of what they lost last night by 23 points. But then to come on to, into Jasper after a ball game like that and just really battle with 6 players for the most part.
Yeah. That's
7 checked in, but really they only played 6 players.
Yeah, and even the 6 that played wasn't.
He was just giving guys spells.
Right.
Really.
I mean, you look at Corydon's game tonight, and I don't know what the scoring ended up, but they didn't. There was only 3 or 4 guys out there, 4 maybe, that actually did something.
Yeah.
We kept talking about the Wiley kid. He's a good player. He took care of the basketball. He did what he needed to do, but he was nowhere near an offensive threat on the offensive end.
Yeah.
So you take that into consideration. You've got 4 guys on the offensive end that are actually looking to score.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, you got to take your hat off to them. I mean, coming off of a game last night that they, pretty well got pounded.
Right.
Then have to go on the road to Jasper. That's got to be a mentally tough thing to do.
Sure.
They were able to do it. I mean, they came in here tonight and played hard. I thought for the most part we played hard in spurts. I think that's our biggest thing. We've got to learn to play hard 4 quarters, 8 minutes every quarter, and continue to do that.
Right.
We use enough players substitution-wise that there's no reason why you can't go in there and bust it for
the whole time
4 or 5 minutes. And if you get tired, say, Coach, I need a break.
Right.
Because you're going to come out and you're going to get the chance to go back in there.
Yeah.
But we've got to do a better job of getting guys to play hard all the time when they're in there.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Wildcats really went deep with their bench and all that, and bench scoring. They actually had 8 points off the bench, led by Griffin Howe. He scored 4, 2 points by Braden Giesler, and 2 points by Andrew Noblet. But, it was just one of those cases where I think it was just Corydon Central. They were playing on adrenaline, and, that wound up being the difference in the ballgame.
And sometimes when a team loses a leading scorer like they did, for example, the rest of the guys kind of rebound and they realize they have to step it up an extra notch to try to help, and tonight it looked like, some of those guys did. There was a couple of them obviously that score more. I mean, obviously somebody has to make up those 20 points that he was averaging. And that could be part of the, why they only had 51 points tonight too.
Yeah.
You throw his points he scores in there, and they're scoring more points in the game. But
right. All right, well, I'll tell you what, we'll take a break here, and hopefully we'll talk with one of the coaches to kind of get their thoughts on this ball game. But Jasper falls to the Panthers of Corydon Central, 51-46 here on 18 WJTS. All right, we're back once again here at Jasper High School as the Wildcats fall to the Corydon Central Panthers, 51-46. So, yeah, Jason, we were just talking before you came on the air that they were 1 player short tonight, and he was actually their leading scorer, but obviously a sickness that I think he dealt with last night, and so wasn't able to play tonight. So they're shorthanded, and they only played really 6 players tonight, but was still able to pull off the win for Corydon Central.
Well, you got to give Corydon credit. I mean, sometimes when you lose your best guy, everybody realizes they got to step up. And, and I thought, I don't say this very often about Jasper, but I thought that the tougher team won tonight.
They really did.
They were tough. They were aggressive. For whatever reason, our energy level was low as a group. And, we don't have a lot of rah-rah guys, but typically we get out there and we get the job done. But tonight we were flat. I'm sure they came in doubting whether they could compete, and then we come out flat and they get a lead, and all of a sudden now they believe, and then you got a dogfight on your hands. And we fought back and, had the game, tied their late again, and just in that one possession we had 2 or 3 shots at the rim and didn't get it to go. We could have taken the lead under a minute, and we didn't. And, but like I said, give them credit. When they could have come in here, they got beat pretty bad last night, and they could have come here and without their best leading scorer and not came ready to play, and they didn't. So hats off to them.
That's the thing. I mean, again, them only using 6 players, and we were getting players in and out. Jason and I were talking before. It's like, again, when you get your minutes on the floor, you just really got to bust it, don't you?
Yeah. A couple times in the first half, our bigs, we had to yell at them to sprint the floor. When we get a stop, or even when a team score, one of our bigs is supposed to sprint to the rim, and we weren't doing it, making them have to sprint back on defense every single time and not let them backpedal and walk. And the couple times we did, we got a layup. I know Geister got a layup. I think Wallace got a layup. But that's just – we shouldn't have to, keep repeating stuff like that.
Right.
So, like I said, for whatever reason, we just they switched defensively. That we hadn't seen that much all year out of them. And that usually causes some issues, and we were slow to react to that at times, having mismatches where they'd switch and they got a guard and a big, and we're not recognizing it with the guy with the ball in his hands not looking, the guy posting. It's just hopefully it's a learning. It's a game we can learn from. As I said after the Memorial game, we don't have, in most years, it's not just this team. We seldom have a team that can show up and kind of go through the motions and flip that switch.
Right.
And we don't have, Division I and II players in size, but we have a good group of kids that when they work hard and they're focused and locked in and engaged, we're tough out. So hopefully we learn that, we can't just show up and go through the motions.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It seemed like that we had to battle back into the ball game and all that. So really, we were down 14-9 after the first quarter, tied it up by the time we got to the third quarter. But talked about what we were able to do to get to that particular point and battle back in this game.
Well, once again, for the second straight night, a little bit flat in the first quarter. We had dug ourselves out of a hole last night as well. And so I thought, as I mentioned, we got some easy buckets in the second quarter in transition. We ran the floor. We were 3 of 15 from the arc for the game. And, most of those were pretty good looks. And you shoot 3 of 15 from the arc and only go to the free throw line 9 times.
Yeah.
That's why you score 46 points.
Right.
So I thought that we were able to, and I thought they kind of tired a little bit in that second half or second quarter.
Yeah.
Only playing 6 guys, and we thought coming in one of the game plans was get inside. A, get to the free throw line. B, they get in foul trouble. When they had to go to their bench, there was a big drop off, and we were not able to get that done. And so they were able to play those 5 guys they wanted to play. They subbed a little bit, but. And then we came out and they hit a couple shots, and there were a couple guys we wanted to play off of, and recognizing who we could help off of, and that guy that's in help's got to be alert. He's got to be, know where his guy is, but he can gamble a little bit. He can steal that post feed, or maybe go trap the ball, or shoot the passing lane, and we didn't have very good awareness really all night long on both ends of the floor. So.
All right, one final question I want to ask you is that when we had the basketball with about 19 seconds to go and we inbound there, what was drawn up in that play?
Well, we had come down the time before and got Carter right open 3 at the top of the key.
Yeah.
And since they were switching, we ran the same play, and we were, trying to get our bigs. Because typically, if they're going to stop that, we got 2 bigs at the elbows. One of those guys is going to be the guy switching, so we want to slip to the bucket. And if it's not there, then, Grant could have, gone to the hole, because it's kind of like we're our high offense where we get to the foul line and beat our guy. And Grant picked his dribble up. Yeah. They switched, and then then we forced the throw inside, and obviously it was a turnover.
Yeah,
so
they made the steal there.
Yeah, so it's one of those things. We talk after the Memorial game as well. We've got 2 guys that played any significant minutes last year back, so we're still in that learning phase. It's another game. All 3 of our losses, with a minute to go, we're tied. Right. Or within. I think we were tied. Yeah. And so. Figuring out how to execute during crunch time, how to get that stop. We don't block out on the free throw. They get a rebound. I'm not sure what the rebound total was, but, they were aggressive, strong bunch, and we got pushed around a little bit, I thought.
Yeah. All right, well, it's been a busy December, and we got one more game against Southridge next week. So right now 3-3. So kind of just give me your thoughts on the season so far.
Well, like I said, the disappointing thing, I guess, and I'm not saying you would expect it, but all 3, it's not like we've gotten blown out. All 3 of our losses were games that were close, and you look at this team, you look at our schedule, I think every game is going to be close. I don't see a team on our schedule that we're going to be in the fourth quarter up 15 or 18 and coasting in. It's just, so this team's going to, if we're going to, we're going to have to learn how to win close games.
Right.
And hopefully we're learning some lessons in losses, and those losses can be turned into wins as we get more games under our belt.
Right. All right, well, Southridge is next, so good luck there.
Yeah, that'll be a tough one. County rival, and I know they won their first game at Washington and have lost 3 in a row, so they had Perry Central tonight, but they'll be ready to go. I mean, it's always a big game, county rival, so we'll have to come ready to play for sure.
All right, well, good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, so the Jasper Wildcats now 3-3 on the season, dropping this basketball game 51-46. Quick rundown of the scoring for Corydon Central. They were led by Tyler Fessel's 20 points tonight. 10 points for Jalen Fowler, 10 points for T-Mac Wilkinson, 9 points for Austin Vaughn. And for the Wildcats, they were led by Carter Mooney's 13, 10 points for Will Wallace. And Grant Young scored 4, Charlie Cabrick 6, Cameron Howard 5. And off the bench, we had Andrew Naba with a bucket, Braden Gieser with 2, and Griffin Heil with 4. So the Wildcats will take on the Southridge Raiders. That will be a Thursday night game on December 22nd coming up this week. So, all right, so for Jason Stamm and Jeremy Marcos on the video, my name is Craig Schneider. Wildcats lose it tonight 51-46 here on 18 WJTS. Good night.